Alright guys, today I'm mobbing mini bikes. Got a tragedy for you, but one that can be fixed. So Luke and I, we're drag racing the bikes like we always do, and I broke my throttle cable. And as you can tell right here, come on, zoom in on that, Luke. It's frayed, so it came out right out of here. So we are going to show you the first official mobbin mini bike, how to fix a throttle cable with bike cable.
Alright, where are we headed to, Buster?
We're in a Walmart.
They got really nice cable for bicycles. That worked really good on my bike, so, and it's not exactly throttle cable, it's brake cable. But, yeah. It's been working on my bike really mint, so.
Yeah, it is. Wally World.
We've arrived.
Walmart.
Nissan. That lady was looking at me pretty funny. You know, this place is pretty terrible, but for some reason they got really good brake cable.
They got what we need, man.
So.
Pete Crew 500. But before you do anything, you have to uncoil your Bell 500 pair kit, or any brake cable that you get, and you just basically have to cut off the ends that you don't need.
You should really use appropriate wire cutters, but at the time being, we don't have those.
Probably.
So
We can roll with that. It's probably good, dude. It's not.
I
Yeah,
think it's good.
it's good.
Actually, kind of makes it easier.
After you did that, this is the important piece that you want to keep because that's what's going to go into your throttle. So you can pull this liner off because we won't be needing this. And this little piece as well. So now, all that's exposed is the cable. You're going to have to remove this little piece right here. And then out will come the throttle cable from up here. You have to take off your air filter, which is not a big deal. But it'll be in the way if you don't. Now that I got this loosened, we can start unscrewing this, and then we can take out the old throttle cable. So now you can take your existing throttle cable and take it out of the original sleeve. So there's that. Actual throttle cable housing needs to come off.
So this is where his chain was rubbing, or his throttle cable was rubbing, and it snapped right off, and it snapped real close to the grab point. That thing just, wow.
Okay.
Don't snap it.
It's not. Okay, guys. So that's the original little lobe. You can kind of see where it frayed off. That happens. It does not fit in here. It's pretty close, but it doesn't. So what we have to do is kind of drill out the nylon.
And that's where this thing comes in handy.
All right. So be gentle. Don't go ham on this. This just requires a little bit of drilling.
Very small amounts, very slowly.
It wouldn't hurt to sand this down, but we don't really feel like doing that today. So
If you were properly doing it, you might want to sand it down a bit.
yeah. You have to take the existing throttle body housing and or throttle cable housing, I should say, and you gotta get it through here.
So we just bent it more to get it through easier, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut it when we're all done, because you're going to have to cut it down anyway.
Yeah. Right, so this piece right here has to go in here, because that sort of seats that. If I can get the wire in here. Okay, there we go. Alright, so that's all good. But make sure when you're doing this is going to be kind of weird to explain. Don't go like this and then put it in there, okay? Because this will just rub and fray. You have to make sure it's exactly snug with it, okay?
Really, really snug.
So this polymer is snug all the way down in there, okay?
If you don't do that,
Not
your
like
throttle will slip and you will not have fun.
Yep. And it'll just fray and it'll just break again.
And you won't get full power.
Alright, so now we are reconnecting, well, the whole actual throttle throttle cable housing is all done. That part's done.
So what we have to do now is we actually have to cut this wire right here down again because we kind of messed it up getting it through the housing in here. Gotta hold this straight when you're... Holding it straight just makes it easier for everybody. And we're through.
So now you gotta take this and get it in through this, through the spring, into through that nut, okay?
And make sure you keep it straight. If you don't, you'll mess it up.
Make sure you kind of just sight it in, right? That worked, man, dude.
That was perfect. What we're doing now is we're testing to see the tension. If everything's straightened out. Does it feel good?
Yeah, it feels great. Alright. Now, this isn't something you need to over-tighten.
It needs to be snug, but not too snug to the point where it's going to snap or bend your stuff.
Right. He's a little bit better at it than I am.
And like I always said, there is a better way to do this that makes it way easier, but...
Please get yourself a good pair of Dyke pliers. We don't have that. We are on a